Hello everyone, this is Kiran Shah. Me and my group members, we are going to present about how different technologies help supply chain management to reorganize its functioning. So we are four members in our group, me Kiran Kumari Shah, Jyoti Thapa, In Kumar Mandal and Binod Sikdel. So let's start our presentation. Supply chain management is the management of a flow of goods and services, including movement of storage of raw materials, work in progress, and finished goods. Machine learning is type of artificial intelligence that allows software application to learn from the data and become more accurate in predicting outcome without human intervention. So machine learning it discovers the pattern of supply chains based on the algorithm from the machine learning on the basis of daily transactions which are happening in the organization. It can be supervised, unsupervised, or semi-supervised. Supervised is task oriented, which helps to predict the task which can be occur in the future. Unsupervised is data oriented, which can help to identify the cluster, and semi supervised is based on the mistakes which can be done, which can happen in the organization. So on the basis of that mistakes, organization can improve their functioning. How machine learning helps to improve the supply chain management? It helps to forecast of the demand. So demand forecasting is most challenging aspect in any organization. If the organization can forecast its demand, it can predict overall functioning of the organization and it can manage overall tasks. It also helps to improve the customer service. So in terms of customer service, we can gain more customer only if we can provide fast and quick service to our customers. Cost effective, it is cost effective in terms of lower inventory cost and operation cost. It helps to improve product planning. Machine learning helps to manage build in order and stock workflows effective than the manually, because everything is done with the help of machine. So it can reduce the chances of mistakes occurring time to time. It also helps to reduce risk of fraud. So in next slide, I'll invite Inkumar Mandal to continue.
Thank you, Kiran. In this section, I'm gonna talk about the automation in supply chain management. Supply chain management refers to a systemizing part overall of the supply chains management of a workflow to improve the processes. In essence, it means utilizing the technology to centrally manage a complex web of working parts. There are problems ranges from parts shortages, excessive finished goods, inventories, underutilizing plant capacity, and unnecessary warehousing cost. Shortcoming, automation part of benefit in the business. Some of them are reducing the manual effort while increasing the productivity, efficiency, and accuracy of the business process. Down there is a figure showing the traditional material handling and active material handling strategy. The traditional shows a lot of manpower or system utilizing just handle a simple tasks, and the new automation shows how the technology reduces the workload for carrying out the simple tasks. Next slide, please. Now talking about the benefits of automation in supply chain management, there are three main benefits of automations. They are improve operation efficiency, improve customer experience, increase transparency between business and customer, improve operational efficiency means supply chains automation is more efficient, accurate, and cost effective than the manual labor. For example, there is a website cats.com.au that reduces the number of pickers from 60 to 4 by automating their storage and retrieval procedure, cutting their order cycle time in half, improve customer experience. Automated supply chain process lead to better inventory and order tracking, decrease stock discrepancy, and improve demand forecasting. With the smart automated reporting, you can make an informed decision about where to invest and improve your business. Increase transparency between business and the customer. In the automated system, uh, customer can view the business transactions or business processes happening in the organization level. Therefore, it helps to maintain the transparency between business and the customer. Um, there are many fields where the automation can be applied in the supply chains management. The first one is payment and invoicing, order processing and payments, outsourcing. Oh, can you zoom it? Outsourcing, order fulfillment and inventory update. What is this? Invoicing, procurement and inventory, supply and demand planning, customer service. Along with that, there are many other processes in the supply chain management where the automation can be applied, like order fulfillment, customer service, including the tracking, generation, and email confirmation, picking, packing, and applying bulk action for higher order customer demands. Thank you.
Thank you, Inkumar. In these slides, I'm going to talk about mobile robots. So mobile robots, also known as Autobot, it is a robot that performs behavior or tasks with a high degree of autonomy. Robots is usually considered to be a soft field or artificial intelligence and information engineering. With a good sensor, robots have potential to operate in unstructured environment and adapt the changes of environments. So autonomous robots are in a growing category of devices, including drone, aircrafts that can be programmed to perform tasks with little to no human intervention or interaction. Robots are programmed in such a way that it can recognize and learn from their surroundings and make decisions independently. Robots are helping define the supply chain of the future by helping companies decrease low-term costs, provide labor and utilization stability. It also helps to increase workers' productivity, reduce error rates, reduce frequency of inventory checks, optimize picking, sorting times, and increase access to difficult or dangerous locations. In the pictures, we can see that mobile robots in a warehouse helps to transfers the good from storage areas to shipping areas. Next slide, please. In this slide, we can see the benefits of mobile robotic in supply chain management. First one is it helps in increase efficiency and productivity by reducing the time and human effort. It also helps to reduce error, rework, and risk rates, where all the works are done by robots itself without any intervention of humans. It helps to improve safety for employees in high-risk work environments. It enhances revenue by improving perfect order fulfillment rates, delivery speed, and ultimately it helps to give high customer satisfactions. It helps to focus on personal safety by minimizing workload in dangerous areas for employees. And here we can see some advantage of mobile robotic in supply chain management. Uh, it helps in reusing components of code in future projects. It is easy to stimulate and testing. It helps to develop custom modules for different environment, and it is easy to select right hardware and increase stability. There are some disadvantages of mobile robots in supply chain management. Some of them are uh, it depends on hardware devices of robot systems. The software testing faults cause to damage hardware. And last one is we cannot use it for multiple tasks. It is just for one use. Now I would like to call Binod Sigdel for further presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jyoti. Now I am going to carry over the rest of the part of our presentation. One of the characteristics for the productivity of supply chain management and logistics is optimized human process. First of all, optimized human process is the practice of enhancing organizational efficiency through process improvement. It is done to accomplish business goals. While there are many ways to implement human process optimization, the main gist is that we can lower costs and maximize outputs along with lowers the return of logistics in every possible way for customer satisfaction. Optimized human process can be done by reducing amount of human labor while holding outputs constant, as well as by increasing the amount of output constant while holding input constant. Okay. The following is labor productivity can be increased by balancing warehousing and transportation efficiency. The next part is vendor management. Another important factors of optimized human process is vendor management. Vendors are expected to have quality programs. Vendors can demonstrate commitment to qualify of potential buyers through achieving and maintaining quality program certificate. Next slide, please. Okay, here I'm going to discuss some of the last slide, please. There is one slide left. No. Yeah. Some of the steps for optimizing human processes. The first one is identify or map it out. To know what we have to do for the improvement of human optimization, we first must identify the place for improvement where we have to improve. We can use process mapping to do so where human workforce need to improve. The next one is rethink. Supply chain management and logistic productivity can be achieved through the usage of existing resources. We may have everything to implement changes, but may require rethinking and creative problem solving techniques. The next one is analyze. To develop an action plans, always to be process need to be set up to support and improve human process optimization. The next one is automate. It is one of the best ways to lower costs and improve efficiency by optimizing human processes. The last one is monitoring. Human process optimization is continuous. This means after any changes has been made, it should be tracked and monitored for success. It can be done by relying on reports and lifetime dashboards. Next slide, please. Here are some of the benefits of optimized human process in the supply chain management and logistics. The first one is compliance. When processes are at their best, they adhere to regulate of the logistics. They can also help to reduce compliance risks. No data can be altered and located from editing, and that supports our privacy as well. Next one is quality. The quality of work reflects by how human workforce increases productivity of logistics. It can be examined by quality of outputs made, which reflects transparency. The next one is consistency. Optimized human processes maintain a flow that helps in competitive advantages in their outputs and workflows. Next one is visibility. Another essential benefit of human process optimization is increased clarity and transparency. Since employees do not work in isolation from one another, there are other pieces of process that are handled by different process and that increase the clarity and accountability. The next one is streamlining. When we are streamlining this, when we are streamlining business, we can avoid bottlenecks and critical person dependencies. Here, the bottlenecks are timely, costly, and cause employee turnover and lost customers. So, to avoid these things, we can do streamlining. These are the benefits of optimizing the process. Next slide, please. Here are some of our presentations, the recommendation that we can provide the overall of our presentation. The recommendations are to improve effective supply chain management, organizations required to maintain healthy relationship with its suppliers. And moreover, it has to make sure that they appoint trained and skilled employees for smooth functioning so that the new employees can work much better. Similarly, optimize human processes is the best way to increase efficiency of supply chain management by reducing cost and increasing labor work efficiency. That helps to minimize the return logistic as well. Organization must give more focus on total cost of ownership than prices. The last one is organizations must focus on inventory optimization. Next please. Here are some of the references that we took for our presentation. That's all for our presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, finally.